Baoni coming through that. What is good, my people? Today we are watching the song that resurrected the Scorpions and changed rock forever. Now, I'm not sure who the Scorpions are, but we'll most likely find out in this video. The video was put together by Rock Memories. Big shout out to Rock Memories. The video will be the first link in the description. And yeah, man, so let's find out who the Scorpions are and find out what song changed rock forever. But before we do, my people, do me a quick favor. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, like button, notification bell. Any requests, whether it's music or otherwise, can let me know down in the comments below. And I will be dropping a reaction to a Scorpion song today, the same video that this video goes live. Well, let's keep a lookout for that. I'll link at the end of this video here. And covers all the housekeeping. Let's get into this video, my people. Solid.
Picture this.
Okay, so I lied. I do know who the Scorpions are because I know that song. Okay. I just didn't. I can know the song, but I just didn't know who sang the song. So okay, so I do have some type of familiarity with the band, though. You're like a hurricane.
Picture this. You're the voice of one of the most explosive rock bands on the planet.
I've heard this song too.
Sold out stadiums, millions of fans screaming your name, the entire world at your feet, and then silence. The doctor looks you in the eye and delivers the words that would destroy any singer. You'll never sing again.
What?
It was 1981. Scorpions were conquering Europe, night after night, arena after arena. They seemed unstoppable, until the voice that had carried them to the top just gave out. Most bands would have ended right there. Another obituary in rock history.
Yeah.
But from the ashes of that tragedy, something nobody expected was born. A ballad. A damn ballad that wouldn't just save them, it would turn them into immortals. This is the story of how Scorpions stared into the abyss.
Okay.
And the abyss blinked first. Here's a punchy, engaging rewrite. Hanover, 1965. While the Beatles owned England and Hendrix was setting America on fire, a German teenager named Rudolf Schenker had a dream that bordered on delusion. Make Germany matter in rock and roll. He started with a band called The Nameless. The irony was perfect. Nobody knew who they were, nobody cared. Yet, the early years were a bloodbath. Members dropped like flies, military service, burnout, cold feet, but Rudolf refused to quit. Then 1969 changed everything. Two additions that would define the next 5 decades. First, his 15-year-old brother Michael, a guitar prodigy who played like the instrument owed him money.
Okay.
Second, Klaus Meine, a singer with a voice like gravel mixed with honey, rough and sweet in equal measure. He came from a local band called Copernicus, and the moment he walked in, something dangerous clicked. Their first album, Lonesome Crow, dropped in '72. Dark, experimental, psychedelic. Not the stadium.
It's kind of crazy how just different like rock is compared to the rock of the past, man. And I know it's evolution, right? As, these current artists that built upon the foundation of the artists that came before them, the legends that came before them. I should say they're not just artists; they're legends. But it's just the whole sound and vibe is just completely different, man.
Not the stadium-crushing sound they'd become famous for, but it showed hunger, then disaster. Michael got poached by British band UFO in '73. Losing their lead guitarist should have killed them. Instead, Rudolf found Ulrich Roth, a virtuoso who worshipped Hendrix and classical composers equally. Different fire, same intensity.
Wasn't Michael his brother? Or did I miss something here? Because listen, if my brother got poached by another band, like you go in not alive. Like there's no way you're leaving me. Like you stuck with me forever. Like I'm gonna see you at Thanksgiving. I'm gonna see you at Christmas. Like you think you're gonna get out? No, no. Like, oh my goodness, man. But they also poached somebody else, so it's kind of karma because they poached a singer from a different band. So it is what it is. But not the brother.
Killed them. Instead, Rudolf found Ulrich Roth, a virtuoso who worshipped Hendrix and classical composers equally. Different fire, same intensity.
Ooh.
Between 74 and 76, they released 3 albums that rewrote the rules: Fly to the Rainbow, In Trance, and Virgin Killer. These weren't just records. They were declarations of
any
war.
of those songs are.
Their live shows became legendary across Europe. Explosive, savage, unforgettable. But America? Still out of reach. That became their obsession. Just when momentum peaked, Ulrich Roth walked away after 77's Taken by Force. His vision was drifting toward neoclassical territory. He had to chase it alone. Scorpions needed another lead guitarist, but this time the stakes were murderous. They were on the edge of breaking through. One wrong choice would destroy everything. They auditioned over 140 guitarists across Europe. Exhausting, soul-crushing.
I bet.
They needed more than skill, they needed lightning in human form. Someone who could match the fury Michael and Ulrich had brought. Then they found Matthias Jabs. Young, hungry, explosive. The second he plugged in, the search was over. This was the lineup that would conquer the world. Klaus Meine on vocals, Rudolf Schenker and Matthias Jabs on guitars, Francis Buchholz on bass, Hermann Rarebell on drums, an unstoppable machine. Between 79 and 82, they built an empire.
Wow.
Love Drive, Animal Magnetism, Blackout. Each album bigger than the last. Songs like The Zoo and No One Like You weren't just hits, they were anthems that grabbed millions by the throat.
No, The Zoo. Is that The Zoo?
They toured relentlessly, night after night, city after city, pushing themselves past human limits. America was finally paying attention.
Okay.
Record sales climbing.
You see, everything happens for a reason. I know, some things might seem like a curse, but it might be a blessing in disguise, my people. And you determine if that's the case or not. Because, like, you can either sort of lament in the unfortunate situation, or you can use that situation to better your current standing.
Rudolph's impossible dream from Hanover was becoming real. The top was in sight. They could taste it. Then, during the blackout sessions, Klaus noticed something wrong. Hoarseness at first, then pain. Then one morning he woke up and could barely speak. The doctors didn't sugarcoat it. Severe vocal cord nodules, years of touring without rest, improper technique, pushing too hard for too long. The damage was catastrophic. Their verdict was a death sentence. Stop singing. Find another career. Your voice is finished.
What?
For Klaus, it was like being told he'd cease to exist.
Yeah.
His entire identity lived in that voice, the raspy power that made Scorpions unique. Now it was gone. Rudolph made a decision that would define their legacy. No auditions, no replacements. If they couldn't continue with Klaus, they wouldn't continue at all.
That right there is some real G-ish, you feel me? It's like, we're a unit, we're a family, we're going to either be as a unit, be as one, or we're going to separate together, right? And a lot of people just be like, you know what, let's just replace the singer. Let's just toss him and find a new person, right? And they decided to, well, I don't know what they decided yet, because like the video is still, we're only halfway done, right? But I'm assuming they're going to decide to either have somebody else in the band sing and have him play an instrument, or he's going to find a way to push through. I can't imagine, that doctor saying something like that to me, where like my whole being is to be vocalist and be a singer, and being told like what I'm good at I can't do, especially when I want to do it. Like, bro, that's just soul crushing. But let's see how our guy works through it.
Him or nobody. Klaus underwent 2 high-risk surgeries. The recovery was torture. Months of silence. Months of terror. Not knowing if he'd ever speak normally again, let alone sing. Tours canceled. Momentum obliterated. Klaus lived in a prison of silence. Couldn't make phone calls. Couldn't have conversations. Ordering coffee became an ordeal. His world shrank to rehabilitation exercises and doctor visits.
And my people, keep in mind that this is like way, way back in the days, right? Before there was like cell phones, before there was like texting, the internet. You couldn't like Uber Eats your coffee. Like you had to like actually go to a restaurant and like write out what you wanted on a notepad. Like that's how like back in the days it was, man. So like I can only imagine like how difficult his life was.
The fear was suffocating. What if the surgeries failed? The music industry is merciless to weakness.
Yep.
Bands that disappear get forgotten. Scorpions were at their peak when Klaus lost his voice. By the time he might recover, if he recovered, would anyone still care? But Rudolph kept faith. If Klaus could fight through this, they'd make the greatest album of their lives. That became their promise in the darkness. Then the impossible happened. Klaus's voice came back. Not just came back, returned stronger, more controlled, more powerful than before. The surgeries worked. Against every prediction, he could sing again. It wasn't just medical, it was miraculous. They didn't waste a second. In '83, they began work on Love at First Sting. This wasn't just another album. This was their middle finger to fate. They booked Polar Studios in Stockholm, the legendary room where ABBA had created magic. The pressure was crushing. This album had to be flawless.
Facts.
They recorded monsters like Rock You Like a Hurricane. Tracks that hit like freight trains. But something was missing. They had aggression but needed depth. An anthem that would reach beyond hard rock fans. Something that would touch hearts, not just eardrums. The breakthrough came from the past. Rudolph remembered an old chord progression he'd written 6 years earlier.
Okay.
Ulrich Roth had rejected it back then, too pop, too soft. But now everything was different.
Yeah.
When Klaus heard those chords, something ignited. He grabbed his coat and walked out into the Stockholm snow without a word. He needed to be alone with the melody. He wandered through frozen streets, and the story wrote itself in his head. He rushed back, grabbed paper and pencil. The words poured out. A story about a broken couple deciding to try again despite the pain. About wounds that heal if you give them time.
What's the song?
About love that refuses to die when logic says it should.
What's the song?
But underneath was another story. Klaus's story. Scorpions' story. A band told to give up, to accept defeat, to move on. But they refused. They chose to fight. They chose second chances. Still Loving You was born in those hours. Built slowly.
Listen, I'm gonna drop a reaction today. Same thing that this video goes live. I'm gonna drop a reaction to Still Loving You because like this is the song. This right here is the song that resurrected the Scorpions and changed rock forever. So I have to drop a reaction, and I'll link at the end of this video for you guys to make your life easier, so you can go directly to it. But yeah, I can't wait to listen to it.
Deliberately, starting quiet and intimate, then growing into something overwhelming. Klaus's vocal performance was visceral. Every word carried the weight of what he'd survived. The crescendo at the end wasn't technique, it was emotional release. Survival made into sound. Love at First Sting dropped in '84. Still Loving You exploded across Europe within weeks. Top 5 in multiple countries.
Wow.
Invaded American charts. But the numbers only tell part of the story. In France alone, the song sold over 1 million copies. But something stranger happened. French media credited Still Loving You with causing a birth boom in '85 and reconciling over 100,000 couples. The song had become the soundtrack for second chances in real life. That same year, Scorpions performed at Rock in Rio before 1.5 million people. When they played Still Loving You, the entire crowd sang every word. The moment was captured forever. Proof that music can unite masses in shared emotion.
Facts.
The album had other massive hits. Rock You Like a Hurricane became a hard rock standard, but Still Loving You opened the door. It gave them permission to be vulnerable and powerful simultaneously. The success continued for decades. In the '90s, Wind of Change became the anthem of the Cold War's end. 14 million copies sold. But Still Loving You taught them they could write for the heart as well as the fist. Over 60 years later, Scorpions are still active. 19th studio album Rock Believer dropped in 2022.
19th?
Over 100 million records sold worldwide.
Wow.
Metallica,
Legends.
Megadeth, Guns N' Roses cite them as direct influences. Lifetime Achievement Awards? Hollywood rock walk star, a street named after them in Spain, an official Scorpions Day in Los Angeles. But the real legacy isn't awards. It's that they never quit. Lineup changes, cultural barriers, near bankruptcy, loss of their singer's voice each time they could have folded, each time they chose to fight. Still Loving You started as a rejected chord progression and a desperate gamble. It became the song that saved a band and touched millions. Proof that sometimes the greatest art comes from the darkest moments.
Yep.
Scorpions didn't just survive, they turned crisis into eternity. And that raspy voice doctors said would never sing again? Still roaring today, stronger than ever, reminding us all that some flames refuse to die. Scorpions prove the end is never really the end if you refuse to accept it. From a silent singer to a global anthem, from extinction's edge to immortality, that's not luck, that's will. Now tell us, what's your Scorpions song? The one that hit you hardest? Drop it in the comments.
So it's not that the flame didn't die out. I think that they are phoenixes, right? Rising from the ashes, being reborn after each setback, stronger than they were, right? Wow, man. Their story is insane, and I think that this is a good example of just timing being everything. Imagine if they, used that song at that exact time. If that person didn't reject it, like, we would not be where we're at right now with Scorpions, because again, the timing, right? The timing of one guitarist leaving to get another guitarist, right? Then the window of when our guy, lead singer, couldn't sing because of his throat injury, and then him going into rehab to fix that, taking 2 years, and then I'm coming back again. That was the right time. It was like kind of like divine timing, to be honest with you. Whereas like a lot of people would have just given up after the first setback, that they pushed through, and through their perseverance, they are legends, my people. Listen, check out my reaction to So Loving You. It should be linked right here or here on the screen. I'll see you there, my people. Peace.